like to ask you some questions about your job, being our chief conductor.
Yeah.
But it's not only chief conductor, you're also artistically responsible and also responsible for the connection with the National Ballet. You say a little bit about that. How's that for you?
Actually, I love it. It's one of those things where it's very nice to see where you can play a role to make things run more smoothly. Within the National Ballet, of course, their focus is on dance all the time, and so sometimes when they're so wrapped up in their dance world, the music can sometimes get slightly pushed to one side. So I try to make sure that the music doesn't get pushed to one side too much. It stays a priority because without any sound they can't dance. So.
Well, obviously you've done a great job in the past years, because I don't think we had a better collaboration with the National Ballet than in the last years. It's increasing and getting better and better, and that's mainly because of your intervention.
Yeah, but I mean, I see the job very much like I'm standing on the bridge between the two organisations, and my job is to make sure that you know the two bits of the ship don't go in opposite directions, and that we remain really welded together. Yeah.
What is the hardest thing for you in that role?
So time is always a challenge. The way dancers always work in the studio. They learn everything in the studio, which means that when they're not in the studio, they're not working. So this idea that as a musician you need time to think, time to prepare, they can't relate to that. So they don't see the need. They think that it just happened. So time is always a challenge.
Talking about Mata Hari, because that's the performance we're preparing now. How do you prepare such a big project? We talk musical challenge, of course, to have all the different groups and all the different musicians in the right spot, in the right pace. How do you prepare something like that?
The premiere was in 2016, and I worked so closely with Tarik O'Regan, the composer, and we spent a lot of time working on it. And one of the ways I learn scores is I really dive into them, and I look at everything, and I ask lots of questions and so on. So my process of kind of querying lots of things and going, Tarik, is this really right in the marimba part or whatever, is my way of kind of getting on top of it. It is quite a challenging score because Tarik very cleverly manipulates lots of material in different ways and uses it to express different emotions. But what it means is that the same material sometimes comes back in very slightly different formats. So you sort of think you know where you are, and then suddenly you realise actually you're in a slightly different place and that it's written in a slightly different way, and that can be a bit dangerous.
And also, in the different scenes, different things happen, of course, and then you think the same music is kind of happening, but something else is happening on stage.
That's right.
So it should sound differently.
That's right. There's a very kind of obvious example in the first act.
Yeah.
First of all, you have this waltz, which is a very elegant waltz set in Den Haag,
and then
unfortunately, you know, Mata Hari is subjected to this awful abuse from her husband, and the music is turned into this. But it was very fun this last week introducing it back to the orchestra and having the chance to kind of tell the story and fit it to the music again. So
that was really helpful. Thanks.